Hello, everybody. I am Steve the Medium, and today we are doing a murder mystery case. So, today is all about the Black Dahlia. Okay, Black Dahlia, also known as Elizabeth Short, she was found murdered as a mother walking her daughter down the street found her. So, it'll be very, very interesting to hear and to see how this all comes about. I'm just in the process of opening myself up. But if anybody has any questions about the case before we start, please go ahead and put them in chat. If you have any comments, I'll also be adding those right on the screen as I answer them for the viewers at home. Okay, because this is a live stream. Okay, so we're going to jump into this in just a moment. Okay. So going into this, again, I am Steve the Medium, and I am looking so forward to doing this for everybody with everybody tonight. Okay. Give me just a moment. Oop, there we go. So does anybody have any questions about the Black Dahlia before we do anything? So Kim says, I'm so interested about this. I hate the fact she was murdered and cut up so much. Yes, and the thing is that from my point of view, from what I believe, that because it happened so close to a military base, and she did apply to become a nurse. I'm pretty sure it was a nurse that she applied to do, and I believe there was a an agreement between her and one of the military men that's what caused that's what caused this. Okay. That's what I believe caused it. So, and we're gonna try and just kind of work through it. Okay, for the next hour or so. All right, and we'll start going from there. Okay. All right. And I just want to make sure, because this is the first time I'm using this software to broadcast out to everybody as I'm recording it. Can you all hear the music? I just want to do a quick check. Can everybody hear the music? No, you cannot. Okay. You cannot hear the music. All right, let's see about raising the music a little bit. How about now? Still no music? Someone just let me know when you can finally hear the music. Yes, you hear the music. Okay, good. That's what we needed. Okay. You hear the music perfect. Okay. Alrighty. Alright, so let's get into it. So, just again, the backstory. Okay. The Black Dahlia. Okay. Her name was Elizabeth Short. Okay. She died between January 9th and 15th in 1947. Okay. And it was for her, the whole thing for her was she was murdered somewhere else and then dumped. So someone murdered her. You could see all the lesions and everything on her body, but no blood. Okay, so it was all dried up by the time that happened. Okay, and here's a little more of a recent picture of her. So, okay, so Elizabeth Stewart, come forward. So the first thing that I'm getting out of this is I'm seeing a tall man with glasses. Okay, so there's a tall man with glasses, and I'm seeing him in uniform. Now, if I'm not mistaken, that she was by a naval base or an army base, but I am seeing someone in a military uniform. So this would be somebody who is obviously in the military, but I feel like this is someone who has the authority to come and go on base as he pleased. Okay, and when she comes through, what I'm getting from her was she had applied to do whatever she could to get a job there. I believe she was going to be a nurse's aide, if I'm not mistaken. I want to double check on that, but I'm pretty sure. Yeah. She got it. I'm sorry. It was an army camp, and she applied as a clerk at the commissary. So my mistake there. So she went there and she applied, but she got rejected. And she's also been in other altercations throughout time. So when the body was dumped off, the FBI was able to get her prints really quick. It wasn't even a big deal for them to do it. So, but now let's see what she has to say about the whole murder. Okay, so the first thing that I'm getting from this is that the man, she knew this man, and this man was supposed to be in charge of getting her onto the base. Okay, that was her big thing. This guy's big thing. And they started to develop a little bit of a relationship. It wasn't necessarily a romantic relationship, but they were beginning to develop a professional relationship. So that was a big thing. And it wasn't night, but it was evening. So we're looking at like just past dinner time. The two of them had met up, and I feel like again this guy came from something with medical because he had access to drugs. And what I'm getting out of this is that he has, she was walking, right? She had told him to meet him at the base. And when that happened, he had come up behind her and injected her with something that made her lose consciousness. Okay. And there was also the rag over the mouth because I feel like I can't breathe. I'm having a hard time breathing when she's walking me through this. So when she passed out from this, that's when he started. And the cuts were very, very precise, and it was almost like an artwork. And she is saying that this man took pride in the way that he did this. Now I'm wondering, and I'm being from based on what I'm seeing, I'm wondering if I'm seeing that I'm wondering if he did autopsies, because I am seeing somebody with a scalpel. So we're talking about like a precision tool that would be used to cut somebody, and somebody who would have access to be able to hide, or to be able to drain and hide all the blood in her, right? So there's definitely a feeling of that. The thing is, she feels very, very peaceful about it. Like, she's like, I know I can't struggle because I'm unconscious, right? So I'm unconscious, and I know I can't put up a struggle. But at the same time, it's almost like when this happened, I had an out-of-body experience, and I'm able to see what was going on. And I'm seeing that there was a bright light over me, right? Because I was dragged. Was definitely dragged or picked up and brought back into the base. Okay. So as we were talking about going over the mouth, this is what one of the viewers on Twitch had said. Maybe a chloroform on the rag? That was common in the World War II era, especially in German-ruled countries. So when she got to watch, this, and when he finally took that last cut that actually killed her and everything was drained out of her, she said it was such a surreal experience. Like, I would never expect to be able to come out of my body and see what was going on. Okay. So I think that's going to be a very, very, a very big thing with her. And I think that's really who did it. And I think that like this person had access to medical supplies or medical facilities where they could just store all that and hide it away. It was almost like it was really like the perfect crime because nobody would be able to find it. No one would be able to find her. So I'm wondering if I feel like there was an accomplice because I feel like from what I'm being told, that the person would not have been able to take me on their own, be able to hold me on their own, or carry me on their own to the military base without someone noticing. So that there was an accomplice. Someone allowed the other person to come in. And again, this was a tall man, glasses. I feel like he had like a light blondish hair, but he had a hat over his head, which would be consistent with the military. Dr. George. Was it Dr. George Hodel? What she's telling me is that he was involved in the cleanup, but he's not the one that did this. I feel like the person who was complicit in this is the person that was in charge of hiring and then rejecting her for being, for hiring her for the commissary. But I do feel like the doctor was definitely in charge of cleanup. Okay. Definitely feel like the doctor was in charge of cleanup. I can tell you right now that there was no sexual violations from this, at least not in the beginning. What I feel though is that this man had an interest in her and she had turned him down, saying, I only want to work here. I'm not looking for anything else but to work here. And I feel like that he felt that that he wasn't really going to be happy with that. Like, no, she should be mine. And she was a very pretty woman too, right? So she, as being very, very pretty, and attractive, there were men who wanted her. So I really feel that there's something going on there with that. And I also feel like this is going to sound strange, so I'm going to say it and then I'm going to explain it. It's for her. There's a sense of gratitude, and it's not a gratitude that he killed her. There's not gratitude with that, but a gratitude where he almost made it dignified. Like she didn't feel anything after she passed out. After she was out, it was done and over with. So it's not like she felt any pain afterwards. There was no pain as he was doing it, but for her, as she's describing it, it was an artwork. Each cut hit with major, with accurate and accuracy and precision, almost like he was an artist doing something on a canvas. And she's making mention that uh, so it felt quick to her. Yes, yes, it did. It was it felt quick insofar as what she would have experienced while she was alive, but there was no pain for her after he knocked her out. Okay. And has they killed another? I feel like that this person would have been involved in two more. But what I feel though is that, because I didn't have to suffer through this, that's what I'm grateful for. There was no suffering. Okay. Yeah, for some reason I smell something that smells like bleach. So I'm definitely in a sterile place. And she's making mention that there was a part of her. So when he cut her, he actually cut a part of her that people have been overlooking. I guess they overlooked it to decay or something like that. But what happened is that this person took a piece of her as a souvenir. So whoever this person is, whoever the person is who killed her, real mental case. And another, so not your fan from Twitch asked, is she okay with the fact that it's unsolved? Her only regret is that the person got away with doing something again to someone else. She wished it ended with her, but it didn't. So does that make sense? So, but yeah, I feel like I'm in a very, very wet, I'm sorry, not wet, white, sterile, clean room, and it's very bright. So this would be indicative of a surgeon's table or an operating room. There was another man as well, but this person was not involved in the murder. But this was somebody, and I should say male, and it would be a family member. Someone that she had wanted to get in contact with. I feel like that there was some sort of altercation between her and this other male before all this happened. That there was something unresolved there, and her wish was that she passed, that she would have been able to resolve this. Yeah, family member. I know this could have been like a brother or a cousin, or maybe even a best friend. But there's some male that was there, that there was an altercation. Trying to see here what else I get. Okay, so okay? So someone was saying that the music was too loud. The background music is that set? Is the music back to where it needs to be? Um, right. Okay. So one of the reasons that all of her blood was drained, and she had to be cleaned the way that she was before she was dumped, was because this person who was supposed to be a skilled surgeon actually made a mistake and cut himself as well. So there would have been his DNA in there, which would have led them to find out um, who the murderer was. There was a slip of the scalpel along the finger line, which would have exposed the finger and would have left DNA remnants on it. So the best way to find who did this would be to find out who, if they have any surveillance of anything at the time, someone who had access to a medical facility, which would have been a surgeon, and see if the next day if he was walking around like maybe with a band-aid on his finger, if there was a cut on his finger, and it would have been on his right finger. So yeah, that's what I'm getting out of this, and I'm getting that okay, kind of in a the best way I can say this is in a humorous way that she's coming across with this. She said the one thing that this did solve was her debt. Apparently, she was in debt. She was trying to she was trying to live her life, and because of that, she had owed money to people, and she hadn't gotten a chance to pay it back yet because she was in the process of trying to find a job. So yeah. So I feel like that there was some relief for her on that. She actually came across and said, "Well, at least I don't have to pay back the money." Um, but I also find her someone who actually has a very positive sense of humor. Like she liked to use humor in the way that she had wanted to become an actress and the way that she had wanted to live her life. That she would use any type of like her humor to uplift people. That was the biggest thing. So there's really the sense of I like being around people. I'm in the people business, and that was actually her dream, was to be an actress. But she knew that she couldn't be an actress unless she went through the motions of actually being able to support herself first, because actors and actresses have to eat, right? Um, so there's really that sense of lack of accomplishment because she didn't get to achieve what she felt she would have been able to achieve, right? So yeah, all the stuff that I've been writing down so far that you can't read, but these are the notes I've taken so far as the stuff that's coming through. Yeah, there's just that feeling of being satisfied in the way that if she had to pass in a very brutal way, then that's the way that she needed. Then she was like, that would be the way I'd want to go, where I wouldn't feel it. Um, and I feel like the doctor who did this had a mix of Irish and German ethnicity in him. Like he was Irish and German descent. And then you just said that Patrick S. O'Reilly was also cleared, but apparently a medical doctor. I don't believe that he was actually cleared. I mean, I believe that he was cleared, but I still believe that he is somebody who was involved. It would fit. It would fit. Was she happy that her body was discovered? Not in the way that it was discovered. She was happy that yes, it was discovered and that they were going to try and do some forensics on it, but she's not happy about the way that she was laid to rest, meaning, when she was just unceremoniously dumped. And the one thing they did is they did it a little bit further away from the army base, this way people wouldn't look towards the army base, even though that's what they ended up doing anyway. I feel like she was also, and I don't know how this is going to tie into any of this, but I feel like that there was something about a gambler. Like she was in touch with somebody who liked to gamble a lot. And that he was successful with what he did. He was a successful gambler, meaning that he won more than he lost. And I feel like she owed him money because he gave her some of the money of his winnings with the understanding that when she made it big, she would pay him back, and that didn't happen. And now this is kind of taking a new direction, because now I feel like there's more pieces to the puzzle here than what we were seeing or what we were thinking. Going in with the gambler, I feel like she was going to pay him something that she didn't. And I'm wondering if he either hired or supported the idea of her death. Like, I still feel like it was the doctor that did it. But I still also feel like that there was her life was threatened before, because I'm seeing the picture of a gun, and I'm seeing with this tall guy wearing an actual like business hat, like a top hat almost. And I'm sorry for the breaks, ladies and gentlemen. It's just as I'm breaking, I'm just trying to channel us to more of what's trying to come through. I feel like he threatened her once, the gambler. And he did threaten her with a gun. And she's like, no, I promise, I will pay you back. As soon as I have some money, I will pay you back. And I think that's when she went for the job to go to apply to be a clerk at the commissary. Does she have any regrets about this case? Only that the case, that this didn't happen like around this time. Like, in other words, like in the future, meaning, when we have more technology and the ability to analyze things before. I mean, her body has now decomposed, so there's no way to really get what they would be able to get if the murder had just happened, in the present here. I'm being told that she was acting as a caregiver because I'm seeing. Oh no, 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 no! I'm getting that mixed up. That was the mother with the little girl. Disregard that. She's making mention of the mother with the little girl finding her. Because there was like the sense of gratitude, but the gratitude came from um, the gratitude came from her to the mother and the daughter who found her. And she does want to apologize to the little girl because that's a very traumatic experience, finding a dead body as you're going for a walk. But there's a sense of gratitude because it was the little girl who spotted it first, who spotted her body first. My problem there is that what she is saying is that she was left there for 2 days prior before she was found. Hmm. And I feel like this was a very emotional time for her too, because well, yeah. Okay, so that's what's coming close. Okay, so her brother or whoever this male person was that she had this altercation with, meaning like um this family member that I felt that was there. Um the family member had signed up for the service. Now, if I'm not mistaken, the war was still going on then, was it not? Someone help me out here. I don't remember. I couldn't tell you if the war was still going on. What I mean, I'm being 2 year World War II ended 2 years prior. Okay, so I feel like but someone had enlisted into the military, and there was an altercation. Like she's like, "No, I don't want you to go. I don't want you to go. I don't want you to go." And after that was the last time that the two of them had spoken. So, and you think that Red King's Figment says that World War II ended 2 years prior. Okay, goes to show how well I know my history. But I still feel that still a connection to the war that happened, with this case. So yeah, she's actually. I keep looking to my cards, so I'm gonna throw down a couple of cards for her, and let's see if she can paint a little bit of a picture with the tarot cards, and I'll hold them up as we go. Okay. Okay. Now, mind you, I will not be using the traditional meanings of the cards here. I'm going to be using what comes to me. Um, so, and I can't even count. Let's go with five. There we go. So the first card that had come up. It was the Four of Cups, and the Four of Cups. What she's saying is that um, she felt like things were starting to come together for her a little bit, and she was able to get help so that she can go where she wanted to go and do what she wanted to do. And this was about her acting career. But I feel like she's saying that as far as with the star in reverse, is saying that a lot of people were assuming things that were not true about her murder. Um, she's saying there's things that are missing, and people should not trust what was in the media to describe her murder. Okay. The uh, the Knight of Pentacles. This was about her trying to do everything she can to make a buck, a dollar, right? This was what she could. She was doing what she could to make money, and she was very, very protective of her money, and she would make decisions that would be within the best interest of her money. Okay, so a lot of this had to do with money, and she's saying that the person did it would be a male, which is the Knight of yeah the Knight. This was the Page of Swords actually, the Page of Swords, and I know that it's really hard to see, but the Page of Swords was talked about someone who stood over her, like someone was able to bring her down and stood over her. So this would represent that surgeon. Okay. And finally, part of it had to do with a love affair gone bad. So there was somebody who had a romantic interest in her. She said no, and then that's what caused the problem. I mean, there was like multiple facets of it, right? She owed a gambler money, okay, who threatened her. She then went out to find a job, and then she was not hired in the commissary because she wouldn't willingly give herself to the person doing the hiring in the commissary at the army base, and then this whole thing just kind of became like the perfect confluence of events. Okay, there's definitely that. I'm trying to think. So Kim, you had just asked. Um, Kim just asked why was she referred to the Black Dahlia as when describing her murder. That's because she used to wear sheer black clothing, and the movie Blue Dahlia that was out at the time, so they called her the Black Dahlia. Okay. By the way, that was not something I got as being the medium. There was a news article about it that I just looked at that for. I did a quick search on that because I knew I heard about it somewhere. So just on the in the intent of keeping things open and honest, and not not saying, hey, I just channeled that. I did not channel that part. Uh, right. So also making sense that because again I'm actually being shown the body, which is uh, troubling for me. Um, because the body was cut, right in half, cleanly in half. Now again, this is something that somebody with uh, precision tools would need to be able to do. This person, like I said, that was like an artist in this. But there's in the chunk of her that's missing. If they actually put her together, there's a little bit of her missing. There's parts of it that just don't fit perfectly together, and that's the part where they thought that maybe that part of her was displaced. But no, this guy took a trophy. Let's see what else she might want to say. Okay, so with the Eight of Pentacles that I just drew, the Eight of Pentacles is stating that this is that it had to do with money, but it's like she didn't have enough money to do what she wanted, which got her into this. And then after that would be the Hanged Man in reverse, which is saying that she wasn't fantasizing about having a life, that she had already made it big or anything like that. She wasn't living in a fantasy. She was living in reality, and that's the Hanged Man reversed. Okay. Following that would be the Ten of Pentacles, which says that she was on the road to start making money. right? She had actually was able to. I'm being shown with her around some other women before she had passed, and that there was something that they were all going to do that was going to be bringing in some sort of money. It would have been something that helped her with her day to day life. Um, but again, she really wanted the commissary job, and then after that, she was going to pursue her career as an actress. So there was just this goal of an abundance of money. The Nine of Cups says that the reason why she wanted all that money and everything was because she would be a very materialistic person. Um, she was very materialistic. So it wasn't anything, her whole goal was just materialism. She saw other actresses and whatnot, and she was like, I want to have what they have. And, they were always very well dressed. Um, the very flashy jewelry, the necklaces, earrings, stuff like that. So that's the things that she wanted. And the card of strength says that she was very, very passionate about this. Like, this would be her dream. This is what she wanted no matter what. This is what she wanted. So that would really be it on that, right? So that was really what she was looking to do. And then finally, with the last card, was the Four of Pentacles. This is about, again, her getting her life in order, right? The Four of Pentacles is like, now everything, what her plan was, everything that she earned, everything that she got, she was going to keep to herself no matter what, right? So she was going to hold on to her belongings for as long as she could. So yeah, that's the tarot reading on her. That comes across. That was definitely a big thing. So yeah, come on. All right, everyone who's watching live on Twitch, if you have any questions, feel free to post them. Yeah, it disgusts me too that she was cut in half. And yeah, she was about to get her life in order when her life was cut short. Yeah, and in a very literal sense, yes. So, reactions, what do we think? Anyone and everyone? Let's get some reactions from our Twitch audience out there. Thank her for your time, for her time, and my time. Thank you. Yeah. I did look through her ancestry to see that her father was a World War I veteran. Oh, nice. Yeah, she really wasn't talking about much of family in regards to like her parentage and whatnot. Kind of cool. Thanks. So sad for her. Yeah, it was very sad for her. For what she had to go through. I'm saddened by this and wish people were a little more kind about her death. Yeah, I feel like yes, I agree. People need to be a little more kind about her death, and I feel like though, in a sense that this guy, even though he killed her, again based on um what had come through was that there was still an elegance to it, and he was able to preserve her dignity by not um you know making it worse than it was, and not keeping her awake during it. Like he didn't take any satisfaction in causing her a pain while she would be awake. It was more along the lines of like this was somebody who envisioned themselves an artist. Does she help other women on the other side? Women on the other side don't really need help. They're all kind of in the same boat together. I mean, it doesn't matter how they died. It's the fact that they are died. So they're all just they can't even describe what they do on the other side. But I will tell you that she doesn't really walk around here on this earth that much. So, sort of via Ascension says, I've been watching and I love the aspect of using tarot to connect and tell the story. Yeah, yeah, me too. I love using any tools that I can to help me connect. No, spirits and goddesses are kind of would be two different things, right? Hi, baby. You need to get up. Daddy loves you, but you need to get down. No, I don't feel like she's the only time she's around is when she looks over her remaining family. Um, because I'm being shown that the person she had the altercation with is he did pass on, but the regret was that they couldn't make the peace that they needed to make, the peace they needed to make in life that they ended up making with them. Some yes, there are spirits who help women in need. There's spirits who help everybody in need. It's just for her, it's she sticks more towards her family. But I don't know how much more family she has that would be alive. Only because I'm being told that the male figure, who would have been like a brother or any other sibling, has not survived. And there might be a sister somewhere, but I'm not sure. Does she plan to incarnate? Yeah, she's not really answering that one. Yeah, I can't answer that one. I don't. She's not. She did not answer that question. I kind of feel like it's not up to her though. Yes, if anyone from the audience has any questions or comments, please feel free to post them, and I'll put them up on the screen here, and I'll answer them to the best of my ability. But P.S. The guy that she borrowed money from never got his money back. How does she feel knowing so many people are interested in her case? Well, she feels more like a celebrity now than she did in life. Like for her, this is I've gained celebrity, it's just not the way I wanted to do it, right? So yeah, I feel that for her, it's like there's a sense of flattery. Like there's so many people interested in me. This is what I wanted in my life. I wanted to be famous, not necessarily like this, but I wanted to be famous. And now I got that way because there's so many people that were paying attention to me. All right. So I think are there any other questions? Oh, are we going to continue these murder mysteries? Yes, I will be doing more. All of you just need to vote on the person that you want me to investigate, and I shall do so to the best of my ability. Okay, anyone who wants to participate in this and getting me names or whoever you want me to work on, get in contact with Not Your Fan. She's the one that's going to coordinate all of this. Okay, so now that since we have some interaction with the audience here, for some people I want to say hello to: Not Your Fan, Honeybee Kimberly, Savage Sylvie, Avaya Ascension, and Lady Lunastar. Lady Lunastar says, "Hello, new content." Yes, we just got done with a murder mystery. The Black Dahlia, also known as Elizabeth Short. So that's definitely something that I want to continue doing. So, any other questions from anyone who's watching? Yeah, very very pretty. I mean, I really feel like she was, being a very pretty woman and someone who's very very attractive to a lot of the men. Um, the thing is, like, she was about her own dignity, though. Like, even though she made quite a bit of mistakes leading up to her murder, she was all about dignity. Like, being classy is the best way I can put it. It's not like, she would jump from bedroom to bedroom with guys just to get what she wanted. So there's definitely some elements of that. And again, as you asked before, she does feel very very flattered that she in death she became the celebrity that she couldn't be in life. She says, at least I got noticed, by a lot of people. And I feel like that there was like at least 1,000 people that were interested in her murder. Right? Am I off on that one? There was like hundreds of people that have taken interest in this murder and wanting to have it solved. Yep. All right, so we are going to wrap up the murder mystery, and I want to thank everybody for watching, um, and definitely catch the next episode of Steve the Medium.